At home, I'm sure many of you have experienced the power going out, the electricity, and I'm sure the first thing you do is either grab your phone to turn on your flashlight app, or maybe if your family has a drawer with a flashlight, you get that too. But in the pitch black with no electricity, it gets so dark, and you really wish it would be light out with the sun. And once it does get bright out, the light, it doesn't really show up anymore. The sun is just so powerful, you can't even really see it. The sun, so powerful, is a magnificent example of God's power and how bright and huge and just how much it provides for us. It can provide electricity to help plants grow in the sunlight and basic functions. You need the sun, but it's given to you by God and His power. And it serves as a constant reminder for us in our day-to-day that He is always there and so powerful. Through Psalm 8, verse 3 to 4, its surrounding content cross-references a story in relation to God's power. And this concept's application, we can remember and appreciate His strength and magnificence. For Psalms 8, verse 3, and all the Psalms written by David, but this one specifically. What is man that you are mindful of him? When I consider, 8 verse 3 to 4. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him, the son of man that you care for him? In this psalm, David is describing the amazing power of God and is wondering how He can favor us among His creation when you see all of the magnificent and wonderful things He has created on this earth. No specific people are mentioned in this verse, but it definitely applies to everyone as we are favored amongst His creation. This verse was aimed towards, or written for, the director of music, as mentioned in the beginning of Psalm 8. The director of music, according to Gittith, a psalm of David. And the purpose of these hymns, along with all of Psalms, is to glorify God through hymns. God's power can be witnessed in many other books of the Bible, as you see the authors of these books praise His mind. In Job 7 to 9, Job 26, verse 7 to 9, and 14, which references God's power in nature. He spreads out the northern skies over empty space. He suspends the earth over nothing. He wraps up the waters in His clouds, yet the clouds do not burst under their weight. He covers the face of the full moon, spreading His clouds over it. And these are but the outer fringe of His works. How faint the whisper we hear of Him. This describes His amazing presence in nature as He created the whole world, and how awesome the thought is that He still considers us amongst this creation. Jeremiah also references His hand in nature. Jeremiah 10, verses 12 to 13. But God made the earth by His power. He founded the world by His wisdom, and stretched out the heavens by His understanding. When He thunders, the waters in the heavens roar. He makes clouds rise from the ends of the earth. He sends lightning with the rain, and brings out the wind from His storehouses. Maybe while the power was out in your house, it was a huge thunderstorm, and you can feel it shake the house. And just imagine the power that has to be behind that, and just how magnificent for a storm to come about. And as I'm sure all of you have heard, Genesis 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. God created this earth in all of its magnificence and complexities that we can witness every day. And it's just crazy to think how powerful He must be in order to have made this earth. And On day 4, actually, can you guys please take out your handouts? Refer to your handouts. Yeah. On day 4 of creation, God made the innumerable stars, as we can see in our solar system, the sun. It's so powerful. This amazing, amazing process starts off with clouds of dust scattered in space that gain enough mass, that develop knots and gain enough mass to let the gas and dust compact from their own gravitational attraction. The center gains heat and develops into a protostar, which is the beginning of the eventual star. This shows us the amazing complexity of God and how powerful and amazing and complex, how he was able to think through all of these processes. Unbelievers and believers alike can take this in mind as we witness these amazing complexities every day, such as like the people we see around us, the amazing biological complexities that went into each and every one of us. And for unbelievers, they can witness the creation they see every day and wonder how this can be fully explained by evolution, which makes it seem like it just came by chance, came through chance, when the Bible gives a clear explanation for it. So God's power is obvious in every aspect of our lives, as we constantly are reminded of it through His creation. So as we go about our days at St. Paul, please seek to glorify Him and His power.
Let's give a round of applause. Thank you.